Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another video. Quick disclaimer, just want to let you all know that since YouTube is censoring content on their platform, if you want to see these videos, please do subscribe and hit that bell notification. That is the only way that you'll receive videos in your feed. Now, as always, let's start into the video. Now, there's something that I want to talk about personally, because I see it going around, and it's not as though I hate Fortnite or anything, but there's just something I want to share and why I feel that the game itself needs to die down. Now, once again, to start this off, I'm not saying I hate Fortnite and I want it to die. Whilst I'm very over the Battle Royale genre as a whole, Fortnite has done some amazing things for games. Its accomplishments are not to be overlooked, and you've got to give some credit to where credit's due. But the issue comes up from it being essentially the only popular game. Now, I already know that it's technically not, but when a streamer that streams Fortnite decides to stream another game for a different day and loses 80% of views, that's not normal, okay? And there's an issue with that. And and the effect that that's going to have is, in the person's mind, they'll think that if they want to grow or maintain an audience, they have to play Fortnite, whether they like it or not. And as you can see, that's going to eventually take a toll on someone to the point where they'll be so sick of Fortnite that they'll play virtually anything that's not Fortnite, as long as it doesn't have the chance to ruin their view count and whatnot. I mean, look at the upsurge of Minecraft. People are literally just begging to play something besides Fortnite. But they need it in order to ensure that their views won't plummet. That's why Minecraft is blowing up right now. So before we talk fully in depth about why Fortnite needs to die down a bit, I want to talk about how Fortnite became popular. So to get into some key reasons why it blew up. 1. It's a free-to-play game, making it incredibly accessible. 2. It gets regular updates almost weekly. And 3. The most important reason, if you guys are unaware, is it's incredibly advertiser friendly. Now, the last one is something that I really want to dissect a bit, just so that you understand the implications of this. Now, there are two types of marketing that usually video games rely on. Okay, we've got paid marketing, which is where the creator pays for professional advertising, and then we have free marketing. And free marketing involves everyday people like you and me, as well as internet celebrities playing the games and giving it more attention, leading to more people discovering it. Now, as you can see, a free-to-play game is obviously going to get a lot more, free marketing as it's available for everyone. And you can also understand how a free-to-play advertiser-safe game, because Fortnite is cartoon violence, you're going to see why it can do so well on platforms in general. There's nothing to lose by giving it a shot. That you're not endangering your content. You're not risking not being able to run ads. There is literally no risk whatsoever. You don't even pay for it. It's free to play. And this is how Fortnite got to where it is. But here's the catch, and here's the real issue with this popularity. The issue is that there aren't nearly as accessible games, aka you have to buy them. What I mean by this is any game that's trying to compete with Fortnite, or even if it's just trying to be heard, people are going to go back to Fortnite and be like, well, why would I play this game over Fortnite when I could just keep playing Fortnite and not pay a dime? Let's just be real. Then we also have to take into consideration the fact that most of these games that are trying to compete with Fortnite, they are not as advertiser friendly. People become afraid of losing everything just by playing them. And while some think that this is just like a YouTube issue, I can assure you that this is happening across all platforms due to advertisers looking out for themselves. This is just how it is, guys. Advertisers' main concern is to look out for themselves and their business. So they don't want their ads on a game that is considered, a bit more mature when they're trying to cater their ads to as many people as possible. They're not interested in tarnishing their reputation in any way, shape, or form. And this leaves gamers and content creators stuck playing one game that they know won't get them into trouble with age restrictions or ads. Sadly, this goes back to the other games again, and they aren't accessible, meaning they're not free to play, and they're not as advertiser friendly as Fortnite. So they just have this far harder time getting out there and getting noticed as platforms try to censor them and advertisers don't want their ads on the games, leaving content creators usually unable to make profit off their videos, which of course is going to take away the drive and the urge to make content on that game, which takes away from the free marketing done by giving the game attention by making videos on them. And sadly, something that people don't realize, but I feel like I need to keep talking about this, as our politicians continue to target video games and as violent, aka violent video games, continue to grow more controversial with this whole attack on them, this is going to cause advertisers to move even further away as they don't want to get into controversy, as that is bad for business. So once again, that's going to lead to more censorship because, platforms want to ensure advertisers, oh, please, you can come over here, advertisers. So they're doing their best to ensure that they stay, so they're going to cater to what the advertiser wants. And if the advertiser is like, hey, I don't want to put ads on violent video games, you better believe that's going to get censored on platforms, which forces more games to be more kid-friendly and cartoony, leaving most people feeling like every game is trying to emulate Fortnite instead of trying to surpass Fortnite. So if we don't get a change in the way that games are seen or how filtering is working across platforms, we'll just be stuck with games and people are safe with, and they know that that won't put them at risk instead of seeing some improvising. And I don't know about you, but as good of a game as Fortnite can be to most people, I don't think it's a game for everyone. There's no such thing as a game for everyone. Everyone has tastes, everyone has their preferences, and for me personally, I can tell you that I'm pretty fed up with Battle Royale, and it's very sad to see that the only real competition that I could probably, if I was to try and take this channel and turn it into a complete gaming channel instead of discussions, my real only way of possibly blowing up is with kid-friendly games. Things like Roblox, Minecraft, Fortnite. I can't really risk playing something like Mortal Kombat. I can't really risk playing something like what? Let me think. Even Call of Duty these days. They'll let it slide, but I can't risk it, is the point. I have to stick with something that's safe so that I don't get demonetized and I don't get false flagged or blacklisted. And the issue is, Fortnite is a game that has essentially monopolized the gaming on YouTube. Every single game that is popular right now is just kid-friendly. And the more that I think about this, I don't think it's solely Fortnite's fault. I think it's more of platforms' fault as well, because they're trying to be so advertiser friendly that they're taking away from the fact that video games are a form of expression like anything. Because let's be real, the fact that we can see freaking I'd say partially or almost completely nude girls on this platform, shaking their body parts, and they still have advertisements. It just shows you that it's just the way that ads work is they're trying to dodge controversy. Okay, so right now violent video games. The reason ads got taken off of that is because the politicians are trying to scapegoat video games. And that's the reason why ads got taken off. So what that means is they're narrowing what they consider a video game worthy of advertisement. And usually that equals kid-friendly game, no violence, or if violence, it has to be cartoon violence. And that is where we're going to run into issues, because then all games are going to feel like they're trying to emulate Fortnite, because cartoon violence, So, for the good of the gaming industry, we really need Fortnite to die down in some popularity. We need something to come up in terms of popularity. I'm not saying that there is no other game that is popular like Fortnite, but when the only games doing well on YouTube right now are Fortnite, Minecraft, and Roblox, that's an issue. Two of those games, Minecraft and Roblox, are incredibly old. I'm not saying an old game shouldn't do well, but the fact that that's blowing up just shows you that it's only really blowing up because it's advertiser safe. And Fortnite YouTubers are so desperate for something else, they're more than happy to hop on the Minecraft train. So that's my spiel on talking about why Fortnite needs to die down in popularity a bit. I hope that you all understand where I'm coming from. Once again, it's not really from hate towards Fortnite or anything. It's really just for the good of this platform, as well as gaming all over. Fortnite needs to die down. People need to get over Fortnite a bit. This whole I must watch only Fortnite thing really needs to stop in terms of gaming. There are so many other games out there that are just as interesting as Fortnite. And to see Twitch streamers lose like 80% of their views just because they're not playing Fortnite for a day is pretty terrifying. As that just limits people to one thing. And if they like it or not, it doesn't matter. You better play it if you want to do well. Hope that you all enjoyed. Please tell me what you felt about that in the comments below. What are your thoughts on Fortnite? What are your thoughts on the reason why it's doing so well? And do you think that it needs to die down a bit? Please let me know down below. As always, rate the video what you think it deserves. Tell me what you would like to see in the future in comments below. Feel free to check out Amino Apps. It's linked in my comments. And I will see all of you in the next one. Take care.